beside us, it's an ocean of love. All that we align up to the stars up above. Let we dance now, take a chance now with me. And we go jump till morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Tell them we not leaving till the last drop of a canal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I run in tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. No place like home. 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 I feel like I run in tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. No place like home. 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 Now is the time for it to jam on somebody. Hand up in the air. Madness everywhere. It is with DNA. To get on bad when we on the roadway. We like we own way. Tell them freedom in with DNA. When every hand raised, we become one race. It's only one stage. This is the birthplace.
Well, it is lights, camera. It is time for action. You can see behind me the teams are already lined up and ready for action. The president, Marie Gonzalez, Jameson Riggs of the TTFA, and the members of the Secondary School Football League meeting with the teams at the moment. Of course, my name is James Saunders. Brent Sancho. Brent, give us some quick keys to this game.
Well, certainly from a Fatima College perspective, it's about getting integrated to this new league. A lot of players were coming into this format, of course, at the top level of football here in Trinidad and Tobago, would have played it on the 14 and 16 level, but can they do the business here for this particular year? For St. Benedict's College, a team that we have seen many changes on their lineup, can they continue their winning ways? They'll have to dominate, I think, both teams, their physical and individual battles, as well as that ability to put the ball in the back of the net. And I think that would be the decisive factor for who wins here this afternoon.
St. Benedict's lost the league title in the protest tour last season. Does that play a key factor in this match?
Yeah, it certainly does play a key factor. There seems to be a lot of venom there within their locker room. Of course, they want to do it the right way. There's certainly the league here. It starts with a trophy here this afternoon. They have to do the business on the park if they are to do so.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, Colin Murray is standing by. He's got the lineups.
Okay, well, here are the lineups of the team. Let's start with St. Benedict's first. Of course, there is Charles, Lewis, Soanes, Medford, Scott, Gosain, Batiste, Duncan, Huggins, Webb, and Stout. And, of course, the coach, Keith Williams. Fatima, on the other hand, just awaiting their lineup as they start with Rowe, Jackman, Alaha, Luison, Hadid, Araho, Gittins, Edwards, Lee Young, Fernandes, the skipper, Brown, and the coach, Kerwin Moe. So here are the officials. Natalie Williams is the referee. Odili Brewster and Adam Mohammed are the assistants. And the fourth official, Nikolai Nyron. That is the officials as the two skippers taking the toss. Charles, he is the goalkeeper for St. Benedicts and also their skipper. And Fernandes, the skipper for Fatima. But yeah, Fernandes, I'm just looking, he's Fernandez. I think he's Fernandez rather than Fernandes. As the St. Mary's players just gathering and saying their last minute prayer.
Yeah, Fatima College really looking to start off their season with a win, and not only start off their season with a win, but start off with momentum moving into the remainder of the season. It is a long one, spanning just around 3.5 months, so they would want to get things right up front. There is still some time to fine-tune and tweak as they move along. Of course, the actual league begins tomorrow, Saturday, and both teams, St. Benedict's College and Fatima, would want to try their best to see which areas they would need to tweak on after today's game. It's cooler conditions, still some beaming sunshine on the referee. There was some showers around in the area of Mukarapo, of St. Anne's, of course, on the hills to the north. But those showers have soon subsided. And sunshine takes full spotlight. James Saunders is alongside me and will take charge of the game from here on.
Oh, thanks so much, Sachin. Natalia Williams gives a blast of the whistle. And the secondary school Super Cup is off. St. Benedict's College in the green. Fatima will wear their trademark yellow and blue. Lots of changes in the lineup. St. Benedict's College early. And a crunching tackle denies that as the first corner of the match comes into play.
Yeah, good bit of aggression as well from Fatima. Good defending, but will be a corner to get things going for St. Benedict's. Lots of yellow t-shirts in the box already. And St. Benedict's, the Laramie Lions, well, they're looking to get their names on the sheet as soon as possible.
Leaves. 5 in the area. Flighted one, can't get past the near post. And they will settle for a throw. St. Benedict's College, of course, the team that won the Coca-Cola Intercol. This matchup, a fixture between the league champions and the Intercol champions. Well, you might listen and you might say, well, you saw them win the league competition as well. But that, of course, was overturned with a 12-point deduction. So Fatima College back-to-back defending champions as they come away with possession. Well, they find a pocket of space out wide, looking for movement ahead of him. And, well, just couldn't keep it in.
Will be a throw for St. Benedict's. Just knocking things around. Getting a feel of the surface, of course. It is quite a fast one as well. Really a well-manicured surface here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium.
Well, it most certainly is. Well, not the best of clearances. And, well, that will give Fatima College a goal kick. Change in goal, of course, for St. Benedict's. No T in Devonish this season. And this man on your screen will wear the captain's armband, Fernandez. Wholesale changes for both these teams. Michael Shaves, Caden Trustriel out. No sign of Bailey. Reports of injury with him. Is expected to play one of the leading roles this season. Well, that's well won by St. Benedict's. And that's a better tackle by Rowe. Just a cool start to this fixture, Sachin.
Yeah, it's been evenly balanced so far. Of course, it's only 3 minutes in the match already, so too early to call it an even one. Certainly, St. Benedict's College will be moving into this game as possible favorites, but as we mentioned earlier, James, both teams would be looking to try to iron out whatever issues that they've had. Of course, their training sessions would have started early in the season, maybe June, July, thereabouts, before the school actually closed for the July-August vacation. So this is probably going to be one of their first actual match-fit ready games.
Well, head coach Keith Williams taking over from the man he called Barlow. Keith Williams, of course, younger brother of former national goalkeeper John Michael Williams, former striker in his time. Oh, he's taking the reins at St. Benedict's. Spoke about changes on the field. It's a dugout as well. Hudson Charles, the long-standing coach of Fatima College, also missing, as the school has decided to go in another direction. Well, it's Loggy. It's looking for space. St. Benedict's defense just backing off, not allowing him any time and effort. Leong. Of course, no kid and Trestriel. It's one of the standout performances last season. This will go all the way back to Louisor, who's under pressure, and he just had to hustle his way back, and they win it back. Well, I tell you what, a bit of nerves can get St. Benedict's in, and it might just get in, but he does finally get a boot.
Yeah, a bit of a slip up there in the defense in the back line. They need to be very careful. St. Benedict's is always a very aggressive team moving forward. Head coach of Fatima now, the new coach, Curtin Moore, will have his work cut out for him with the new look team this year around. Of course, this is not a club setup here, James. This is still the school setup. Players will graduate. There are students first, then athletes after. That's why they're called student athletes. But it certainly is a haven, a ground for opportunities, especially opportunities for scholarships in the US.
Well, again, they get away with possession, and this time, St. Benedict's does get a shot away. Might have taken a touch, though, as Nathaniel Williams says it came off of a St. Benedict player, so it will be a goal kick. It's not the first time that Fatima College have crumbled under pressure. Too like to build up out of the back. That's a crunching tackle that will win back possession for the Laramie Lions, and well, he might be in here. No one in the area, and this should be easy in the end for the goalkeeper to collect. Lots of good work on the right-hand side, but no end result.
Yeah, the strikers are really pushing forward, the two on top of the box. They're really looking around and just eyeing any sort of mishap from the defense of Fatima, and they've been able to capitalize on anything that is going their way. James, we've seen, even at the highest level, the ability or the lack of to complete and to score, finish. That's what we want to see moving forward, especially at this level. You want to see chances created, but most importantly, finishing is more important. Goals win matches, passes, well, that's just complimentary.
Well, Napatali Charles will be happy that his error didn't cost his team, as he was in like a bullet at Rahul, and he's certainly not liking what he's seen so far. Harsh words to his players, of course. Big shoes taking over from Tane Devonish this season. Napatali Charles will wear the number 1 for St. Benedict's. Oh, this is searching and couldn't find its mark. Will be a Fatima throw. Might argue that in the opening few minutes, void of any real chances. Both teams have performed quite evenly. Of course, those eager faces will be hoping to join the others on the pitch soon. Louison shifted into wide left position, finds his captain, Fernandez. Louison will drive into space now. Heavy touch, but he manages to keep possession. And Rahul will switch sides, and Napatali Charles will pick up his line to read the danger. Well, Not the idea that his coach might have had in mind, but all's well that ends well as Fatima come away with a yard of space. He's got runners in behind. Gittins. Well, he's done well, Gittins, haven't he? And it's well defended quite hardly by St. Benedicts. But they will come again, the Yellow Army. Patient St. Benedicts just offers space in front of them. Gittins linking up well at Hadid. Fernandez looking for movement and just nicked away from him. Well, he's done awfully well to win it back. And again, it is back with Fatima. I've certainly enjoyed the lion's share of possession in the opening 9 minutes. And again, comfortably back to the goalkeeper.
The defense of St. Benedict's College really looked to be quite compact. 4 in the back, 4 in the midfield as well. That is, that they're both rotating back and forth. So assistance with the defense as well from the midfield, and not allowing Fatima to create any sort of space and movement whatsoever.
Well, they can pierce now. Again, a heavy touch. Gives it back to St. Benedict's. Quite happy to defend deep as a crunching challenge comes in. Well, he will find the runner now. And it will surge forward. And it's not the first time he's had a good look from that side. But the outcome has been quite the same.
I really like the look of number 19 for St. Benedict's, Huggins. He's fast, he looks very fit as well. And looks to be quite nimble on the feet, receiving the ball with a delicate touch, turning and twisting and moving and maneuvering. So some certainly one to look out for as the matches fold by in the coming months.
Oh, they're just trading possession now, these teams, and as it's back with the Larmian Lions, and a heavy touch as he just tried to turn out of traffic. Of course, no Darrell Garcia. Josiah Ocho also missing. Adam Pear. Expected to be key members of this team, but been left out of the starting lineup for this opening match. You might remember last season, did start with a relatively young team under 16s, in fact, in Benedict's College. Went on to win the Super Cup. And that's part of the reason why folks enjoy the Coca-Cola Intercolor, well, Secondary Schools Football League. Troms providing the atmosphere. Where's the skipper? Might have traded coaches, but pretty similar play style, quite pragmatic in their build-up. Fatima College. It's Louison. Well, again, over the top, looking for Edwards. And, well, again, Nafatali Charles had to come a long way off his line to clear the danger.
He's quite adventurous, James, coming out a very long way out of his protection area.
Handball spotted by Natalia Williams. And it will be a Fatima free kick. Wanted to be taken quickly by Louison. Just wanted to get things going quickly, Antoine. Do look quite organized in possession, Fatima College. Edwards. Well, he's going to swing this one in, looking for his captain. Couldn't get there. And, well, again, they will bundle this one into the area. And again, under pressure, St. Benedict's College managed to escape. Well, commentator's curse will be a Fatima throw.
Both teams looking quite good here this afternoon. And fading sunshine. Fatima on the charge.
Again, Edwards gets involved. Well, it's done well to get past one man. Natalia Williams has a look. Didn't see anything wrong. And again, it will be Fatima College to pile on the pressure. And this time, too long for Edwards. Really struggled getting the likes of Gosign involved. St. Benedict's College. Just the lone striker. Goal sign. Joined at times by the likes of Webb. They haven't been able to keep possession long enough to get both players involved. Charles is short. And, well, this could be a foot race that Fatima College will win quite easily. Louison, well, decides to have a go, and he was ready. Charles saw it all the way, and he kept St. Benedict's College in the contest.
There's an excellent save by the goalkeeper. It was a shot from far distance from Antoine, and really had a good look at it as well. Collected and turned, and had a shot immediately. Very powerful strike to the right of the goalkeeper, who had to go full stretch and stopped it eventually. Excellent save, but the corner.
Well, we'll have to defend again. This time to get ahead to it. Batiste. Fatima continue to pile on pressure, and just running out of real estate in the end. And well, not the best use of a throw that we've ever seen. Again, the position is reset. Alaha finds his captain, Josiah Fernandez. Well, it's a lazy pass, and it's won by St. Benedict's College as they look to come away. Huggins tried to get goal sign involved. Second to that one. Is Rowe. Certainly quite fluid in terms of their positional play, Fatima College. Players drifting easily into several positions. Well, it's clever. Was well read though by Batiste, who was ready. And this will be a goal kick.
At this level of the game, you would expect a bit toned down, a bit calmer atmosphere. But the foot space, the movement of the ball has been quite quick, James. Certainly a different level, a different style of football, different energy totally from both teams. Very quick football as well.
Well, it's done well. Set Hadid to win back possession. Edwards. Certainly not in any great rush to get forward. Alaha. Louison. Did start with a back four, Fatima College, but they've shifted into a back three. Louison just shifting as the pivot, just in front of the defense. Oh, yeah, he is, Louison. Switch the point of attack to Jackson. Rowe. And, well, needed a better touch, Edwards. Will gift St. Benedict's possession. They've struggled to hold on to possession today, Sachin.
Yeah, Fatima is playing all over them. While their defense may be very compact and looking quite good, they're really not getting much possession of the ball. Fatima, on the other hand, in contrast, they've been managing to move the ball around quite a lot.
Oh, maybe now Stout can get in. And, well, it was ambitious, but it lacked the power and tenacity to beat the goalkeeper. They've had looks in Benedict's College, but they have been from some distance. Well, maybe now they can get more players, as Go Sign has another prayer. And this time his prayer isn't answered. Hardly been troubled, Jaden Bennett in goal for Fatima College. Of course, for many years, many seasons, Tristan Edwards had held the #1 position, the former national youth goalkeeper. Wow, that's clever. Turned his man well, St. Bennedicts. And easily won back by Fatima. Has been moments of brilliance. Flashes of quality from St. Benedicts, but no real fluidity so far. Edwards, well, he's done well. Couldn't link up though with Gittins. And that will be a throw. Last season, the big talking point for St. Benedict's College, the league's top scorer, MVP Darrell Garcia. And, well, certainly turned out to be hero and villain last season. It's a big miss this season.
Yes, certainly. They have a lot of shoes to be filled here in St. Benedict's College. But I remember him at the conclusion of the series last year saying that whatever happens on the field, he has full control of that. But off the field issues, well, he leave that for the administrators.
Oh, Hadid had a look. And maybe now another. Deflected. And, well, he'll just keep this one in. Haven't had that many looks, Fatima College, but they have managed to look threatening. That's Leong with the last effort. Well, this is inviting. The flag is down and easily handled in the end from Barnett.
Going back to the point of Garcia, James, it's really nice to see a young player using that sort of negativity that may have been surrounding his name and using that as motivation to propel himself to greatness. Because he said that as well. He said you can talk all you want about him, he's going to keep pushing and striding forward. So that's really exceptional to see from someone who is under 19 of age. So certainly it's a name to look out for in the future, especially for TNT football.
No, did play the remainder of his club season. San Juan Jablete in Trinidad and Tobago. He's now moved on to the Slingers FC club in Guyana. Well, certainly caused a few stirs from the crowd. The goalkeeper was calm as ever, as again Stout was the man getting forward. Well, that's a gift. Thought for a second of having a go. And, well, decided to offer it up to charity, give it back to Fatima. It's Fernandez, acres of space ahead of him. Heavily marshaled though, decides to use Alaha. Fernandez. Well, this is clever. They've diced open St. Benedict's College here, and a retreating toe was all that stood between them and getting closer to goal. Good stuff from Sonis.
It was excellent. He saw the player coming on, sprinted very quickly, had a good shield off as well, fended him off, used a bit of body weight as well, and certainly prevented a massive threat to goal. But of course the corner, a result.
Seth Hadid, one of the veterans of this Fatima team. Well, tries to be cheeky, but he will win another corner.
Yeah, not the best of corners from Hadid, but he will have a second try at it, and I'm sure this time around he would want to get it right. 6 yellow t-shirts in the box, 1 standing on the outside for a ricochet or a rebound as well.
Well, they've certainly got numbers in the area. Thompson again can't get past the man at the near post, and they will try to spring a counter attack. Well, maybe now it's a foot race, and we'll get there. Well, maybe not. Well, it did look like he would have been first to that one for a second. We're well past the 20-minute mark, and still goalless between Fatima and St. Benedict's College as we welcome our viewers wherever you're looking at us and on Sports TV. Fernandes did well to keep out his man. Again, they will reset, looking for more action. Alaha. Jackson finds Edwards. Oh, that's well defended and illegally pulled on. Did well, Batiste, to get there first. Just pulled on in the end. Oh, Keith Williams having some words. He's not happy with what he's seen so far. Well, how about that for some skill? And maybe a chance now. That's a good tackle. Oh, I tell you what, that looked more like a wrestling move than what we see in football matches, as might be looking at an early substitution for St. Benedict's College. To tell you that did start with a very young team, some of the expected players who are returning this season, not in the lineup, and already seeing some movement just out of your frame. Well, maybe they can get something on the board before he comes on. And a lunging tackle stops the first wave of attack. Reinforcements pile in. And, well, it's easily won back this time by Louison. Fatima College with some space to run into. And it should be easy for Naftali Charles. And maybe now the substitution might be made. Jude Nichols, who is set to come in. And it seems that Gosine, we saw him losing his booth earlier. And, well, we'll have an early shower. Aaron Gosine is taken out, and Jude Nichols comes in. Immediately will drop into a midfield position, perhaps opting for some more numbers there. Alaha. Fernandes did well to find a yard of space, but he gives away possession. Nichols gets his first touch. It's a positive one. It's a skipper, crowded out by green shirts. And well, he's only come on the field for about 2 minutes, but he's been quite busy in that 2 minutes.
He's a very minute figure, Nichols, but making a large impact on the field already. He'd want to really hold on that midfield area and lend some support to his team. They've been lacking some support in the midfield. One would hope he would bring on some level of electric nature to that midfield area. St. Benedict's College, they certainly in the negative in terms of their possession in the match so far after 26 minutes. Fatima, they're looking quite good. Very well organized so far.
Nichols out muscled. Does get some help this time. And they'll continue to battle for this one. Won by Webb. And again, couldn't pick a pass in the same jersey color. Oh, he's done well. And some space now. And Charles, well, was alert and ready as ever. So Webb, Stout playing it all the way back. Oh, they're certainly trying to change the tempo, St. Benedict's College. It's on the majority of the defending early on. Really change with Neckles replacing Go Sign. Change in shape of the team as well. Alaha. Oh, swung some space. Tried to get it in quickly. Had a good look. Wasn't on target.
And not much room to maneuver and to work himself around the defenders to get a chance on goal, a clear shot. Just from point blank range, just utilizing his left foot, trying to get that angle in to offset the goalkeeper, but unfortunately to no avail. He needed that fancy touch. Here's a look at it again. Had to evade the defender and tried his best to do so, but the touch in the end was not the best of it.
Well, that's the best look that Gittins has had so far for this match. Didn't quite take the opportunity. And now it will be throw for Batiste. It's been among the busiest of St. Benedict's players so far this afternoon. And they will hold on to possession to Rowe. Jackson hasn't quite been tested so far in defense. Alaha. Not been given room to build up to the middle. They do like to build up to the middle. Fatima finds space out wide. No room in the end. And will be Hadid. A lot will be expected on his young shoulders this season. Seth Hadid. Gittins turned well, couldn't keep a handle on it. And it will be on Alaha to reset possession. Fernandes, Gittins, Leong. Well, he's gone past his man silkily, but couldn't ride the gruff tackle coming in. And it will be a throw after some good movement from Fatima.
A good bit of defense work as well. Going for the long throw now, Fatima. Looking to get some margin to get the goal in the back of the net.
Oh, this could fall anywhere, invitingly for a yellow shirt. And, well, needed a strong right boot to get it away. Not very far. Finally, to get it away from goal. Couldn't find Webb, though. And Fatima would pile more bodies forward. Well, he's got time, he's got space. Couldn't make it count. Again, St. Benedict's really struggling to get it away. And Fatima will be happy to regain possession as their supporters applaud the effort.
Stout trying to play it on the counter on that occasion, but the ball won the foot race in the end. Two dangerous campaigners, Stout and Huggins, in the middle. So they will be looking to try their best. The St. Benedict's midfield players, they want to get the ball quickly to Stout and Huggins. Certainly two of their standout strikers today so far. And both of them looking that they will be posing an immediate threat to the back line of Fatima.
Oh. Frustrating picture for him, Webb. Natalia Williams has some words with him. Maybe just a loose arm in that last challenge. Oh, that's well won. And done well to create some space for himself. Maybe Webb can. And solid as ever is Louiso, will charge forward. It's got Gittins making the run on the outside. Oh, a bit too heavy in the end for Gittins. Just ran out of real estate. And a good defending from St. Benedict's.
It was really 1 versus 1 going down into the back line. And in the end, St. Benedict's allowing the ball to go on. Of course, the goalkeeper will now have the goal kick, but really a very threatening time here for St. Benedict's. Fatima finding room, finding opportunities to break through that very solid back line, that defense from St. Benedict's. They're creating opportunities now.
Oh, a moment of indecision, and Charles might have been the coolest man in the stadium. Just struggling to find space past the yellow shirts. Did well on that occasion. Well, just bailed out of his own doing. And, well, not quite sure who got a tackle where, but the ball remains with Fatima College. Oh, space here, opening up. They've got two in the area. And he gets there first, the goalkeeper. Well, my word. Thought for a second that Gittins had got his foot in there before goalkeeper Charles. But it was brave goalkeeping.
It was a brilliant cross from Lee Young. First up and then trying to make contact. Got a bit of a head onto it, but the goalkeeper, Charles, he's been the real risk taker today. Flirting with danger, but in the end gathering it on the second catch.
Stout. Well, they'll battle for this one. He certainly bombs forward every opportunity he gets, the right back for St. Benedict. And this time, well, meets his match. Louison cleans up for Fatima. Hadid sends it all the way back to Rowe. Just feels, Sachin, that for all their possession, haven't moved the ball as quickly as perhaps their coach would like Fatima College. Or maybe now they can find a way in. It's Lee Young again, cutting in, having a look. Wow! He's going to want to look back at that one. Got his hand stayed, but I'm not sure he knew how.
Lee Young continues to be a threat here for St. Benedict's College. Really one of the standout on top for Fatima. Take a look at this, fending off the defender, having a nice shot at goal. And the goalkeeper was trying to catch it instead of parrying it over the bar. But as mentioned earlier, Charles, he's a risk taker, and he's not backing down whatsoever as well.
Well, you certainly want to know how he didn't score that one, Lee Young. But I tell you what, though, they certainly seem to make goalkeepers of a similar mold in St. Benedict's College. You look at Charles. You mentioned being a risk taker. It's a bit eccentric in his goalkeeping style. And it reminds you of your former goalkeeper, Tian Devonish, who was a similar sort of character. Well, we are well past the half-hour mark. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Still no goals. It will be St. Benedict's who will use the additional space to build up. I'll tell you what, though, they're quite content to try to draw Fatima College in. Now scratch that. This one is long for Stout. Again, he's bombing forward down that right side. 1v1, Stout. He has some support all the way back. Tonkin hops it inside of the area. St. Benedict's turn to attack as Fatima content to sit back and invite pressure. Neckles. Oh, what a ball from Neckles. Could this be the opener? Well, just lost his footing, lost a chance.
It still would have been a very tight opportunity. 7 yellow t-shirts in the box, defending the goal and assisting the goalkeeper as well, who is quite animated and asking his defenders what really went wrong there. They seem to have targeted Hoggins and Stout as well. Every time the ball goes in those areas, they will have 2 or 3 yellow t-shirts coming to clamp down on them, but certainly the first real opportunity may be coming here for St. Benedict's in terms of a corner. All the yellow t-shirts packing in here, James. It really tells a picture that they take St. Benedict's very, very seriously with these set plays.
9 St. Benedict's players inside of the area. Well, the goalkeeper comes, doesn't get a handle. And, well, quite happy to see that. Chickle passed his upright. Was off his line in a jiffy. Never got to the flight of it. And Fatima College will be wondering just how that didn't end up in the back of the net.
I was actually looking for the goalkeeper, James. He was nowhere in sight. The goal was completely open, like a 24/7 supermarket, but certainly high ball as well. The goalkeeper was getting tangled and mangled and everything that was in between.
Oh, some MMA stuff as well going on from Soons. Oh, they will have another opportunity, St. Benedict's. Oh, this one is long and inviting. And, well, did get a head on it. Couldn't find the coordinates, and they will have to wheel and come again. Again, another defender, this time Lewis getting on the back door of that one.
The first real threat from St. Benedict's coming off the head from Jahil Lewis, who made his way forward from his defensive position, but coming off the side netting. So now St. Benedict's College will be on the defense as Fatima will be looking to create an opportunity. Just about 5 minutes in regulation time to go in the first half. Of course, we may have a 2 or 3 minutes and added on as well, but this has been a real entertaining match so far, James, but certainly has to be in favor of Fatima if you want to make a judgment at this point.
Oh, skipper couldn't get past Stout, who does his primary job in defense. As I can argue, might have been the most clear and present threat we've seen from St. Benedict's. Well, this man has been as well, and he's been flagged offside this time. Leung certainly been able to open doors on the left-hand side. Leung started more centrally, and as match went on, he's drifted into that wide left position that he's often found space, this young man. Might argue he's been Fatima's most offensive threat. Finance. Stout couldn't find his footing. And Fatima will keep possession. Louison, Gittins, just silkily moving away from his man before being tripped up. He's won a free kick for his team. Oh, they'll take this quickly. No goals yet. Hadid. Oh, that's clever from Edwards. Just needs a yard of space to get past the lunging boot. Didn't find it. And again, Fatima will pile on the pressure. Certainly been impressive the way they've gone about their business, Fatima. Well, Leung just couldn't turn away from pressure, but he manages to find his captain. Well, this is searching, and I had to be very strong to keep out the challenge coming in from outright. But again, they can't hold on. St. Benedict says Fatima pile more bodies forward. Alaha. Gittins can get at the end of it. And Fatima will hold on to possession, not before the whistle. Neckles won a foul for his team that was taken quickly. And it is back with Fatima. as easy as you'd like. Set Hadid, showing all of his quality. And well, Gittins didn't read the intended movement, and Charles will pick up. No signs of a goal before the end of the first half. For all of their possession, haven't really been able to manufacture meaningful chances, Fatima. And St. Benedict's College quite often opted for prayers from long distance. Edwards. Hadid. Can Edwards find the space? It's the ball defended by Batiste, and it will be a throw.
Fatima still managing to find spaces in the very compact back line of St. Benedict's. 7 bodies in the box, and they're still managing to find space, so certainly an excellent degree and certain level of skill on display from the Fatima forwards. And they're really showcasing their worth here tonight. So far, this is the first real encounter. It's been a wonderful display on their part tonight.
A bit of a conference for the new coach, Mo. Certainly new to the head coaching position. Certainly not new to the school. Of course, he did come through the ranks with the youth teams before. It's a different level, and he's got big shoes to fill. Leon couldn't pick out Gittins, and Jackson will happily clean up the spill. So as the 45 minutes expires, 1 minute is what will be added. Nikolai Nyron, the man holding the 4th official board. Leon, can Fatima find that 1 goal before the half? Louisor certainly is going in search. And they will have a corner, perhaps the last chance of the first half.
Coach Moore will be hoping that his hard work will pay off before this half comes to an end. He's been very, very animated. You see them in the shot. All the technical staff on their feet, dressed in black. So really looking for an opportunity here.
Oh, this is searching. Charles couldn't get a hand. And a head came, just missing the mark. Just.
They've been precariously close to the upright. Just coming off the fingers of the goalkeeper. Another corner to Fatima.
Somehow they managed to survive that last raid. They will attempt another, Fatima. And again, goalkeeper Charles called into action this time, and another corner perhaps. Although the official signaled it might have gone out, and well, that's the halftime whistle. Fatima College, they've hopped and they've puffed, but they failed to blow the door in. St. Benedict's College, they've flattered to deceive. No real chances created. But in the end of a somewhat entertaining half here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium in this Secondary Schools Football League competition, it's Fatima 0, St. Benedict's College 0. So goalless at the half. We take a break. When we come back, first half highlights.
It's Stefan DeGale, Dean at Fatima College.
All right. How you feel about your squad today?
Very positive. These guys have been working hard for quite some time, and discipline in and outside of the class will show on the field today.
Nice. So, where are your score predictions for the match today?
I know St. Benedict's coming out with guns firing, so I would say maybe 3-1 Fatima.
3-1 Fatima?
Yeah.
I know it's a new team. How you feel about the new team that we're bringing out?
Nah, I think these fellas are ready. I think together with the coaches, the administration of the college have made sure that the team gelled well together. So I think we're in a good position.
Who are you with today?
St. Benedicts.
Benedicts. What's your score prediction?
2-0. Yeah.
What's all your score predictions for the game today?
Fatima gonna cream them.
3-1.
3-1. Yeah. What's your score prediction in? Who you back in?
I have a choice.
Yeah, I feel they want 2-1 for Fatima.
2-1 Fatima. Alright. Who are you with today?
St. Benedict's College.
What's your score prediction?
About 2-1 in favor of Benedict.
2-1 Benedicts? Alright, thanks.
All 90 minutes of action has failed to produce any goals in this match between Fatima College and St. Benedict's here at the Hazeley Crawford Stadium. Well, as the players rest and the fans take a break, let's look back at the first half highlights. Well, Natalia Williams got us off with a prayer and a whistle. And it was the men in yellow defending champions Fatima created the first real chances. Louison forcing a fine save from Nafatali Charles. Just using his skill to get past, and perhaps the best chance that we've seen so far. This man, Lee Young, opening it up for Gittins. Just couldn't find the right side of the upright. And he certainly knows it. And then later on, St. Benedict's putting themselves in all sorts of trouble. And Charles, look at that, for composure. Perhaps the coolest man on the pitch. Lee Young, instrumental in many things good for Fatima. And again, Gittins just, in fact, had he the feeling to get there. And then Lee Young, gonna get tired of hearing his name. Well, the goalkeeper certainly did. Just got some fingers on it to keep that one out. No, just barely. And he certainly caused all sorts of trouble. St. Benedict's did get in on the act near the end, and it was the defender Lewis. But the coordinates not quite detected. The joyride continues here at the Hazeley Crawford Stadium. And certainly fans would be hoping that the next 45 will be a lot more dramatic than that wheel at the moment. Well, we take another break, and when we come back, we've got more.
Stefan Dean at Fatima College.
All right. How you feel about your squad today?
Very positive. These guys have been working hard for quite some time, and discipline in and outside of the class will show on the field today.
Nice. So, where are your score predictions for the match today?
I know St. Bennedicts coming out with guns firing, so I would say maybe 3-1 Fatima.
3-1 Fatima?
Yeah.
I know it's a new team. How you feel about the new team that we're bringing out?
Nah, I think these fellas are ready. I think together with the coaches, the administration of the college have made sure that the team gelled well together. So I think we're in a good position.
Who are you with today?
St. Benedicts.
Benedicts. What's your score prediction?
2-0. Yeah.
What's all your score predictions for the game today?
Fatima gonna crew them.
3-1. Yeah. What's your score prediction in? Who you back in?
I have a choice.
Yeah, I feel they want 2-1 for Fatima.
2-1 Fatima. Alright. Who are you with today?
St. Benedict's College.
What's your score prediction?
About 2-1 in favor of Benedict.
2-1 Benedicts? Alright, thanks.
This is Sport Court Radio 1011 FM. Okay. Your pump machine. Believe that.
Is there?
This is Sport Court Radio 1011.
Hey, Scotch.
1011. The only one.
Scotch dog.
This is Sport Court Radio 1011 FM. Okay. Your pump machine. Believe that.
Is there?
This is Sport Court Radio 1011.
Hey, Scotch.
1011. The only one.
Scotch dog.
This is Sport Court Radio 1011 FM. Okay. Your pump machine. Believe that.
Is there?
This is Sport Court Radio 1011.
Hey, Scotch.
1011. The only one.
Scotch dog.
5 o'clock in the morning, dial lock in the morning.
Hey, this is your girl Nyla Blackman, and you're watching Scotch TV.
So bad, like fire.
Yeah. Miss Blackman.
Hi guys, it's your girl Nyla Blackman. I'm inviting you guys to come down and celebrate with the 25th Remembrance Concert for Ras Shorty, also known as Lord Shorty, the inventor of soca music, my grandfather. It's an absolute celebration.
We're doing something special. So this is the 25th year of the passing of the late great Ras Shorty. We're celebrating the life of soca music, the life of Jamu, something that came to Trinidad and Tobago through a channel of one man, through a channel of the family.
On the 18th of October, the 25th Remembrance celebration on the Blackman Ranch. We want to see everybody there.
In Piparo from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's going to be food, music, fun. Make sure and come out in your numbers, and I can't wait to see you there the 18th of October.
Let me hear you say yeah. Put your hands in the air. All the one up to share. We jumping like we don't care.
Cause we full of vibe, yeah. I am Marge Blackman, and you're watching Scotch TV.
Scotch dog. Your body like a magnet, and just like Siamese twins, I want to stick on.
This is Scorch Radio 1011 FM. Okay. Your pump machine. Believe that.
Is there?
This is Scorch Radio 1011.
Hey, Scotch.
1011. The only one.
Scotch dog.
5 o'clock in the morning, dial lock in the morning.
Hey, this is your girl Nyla Blackman, and you're watching Scotch TV.
So bad, like fire.
Yeah. Miss Blackman.
Hi guys, it's your girl Nyla Blackman. I'm inviting you guys to come down and celebrate with the 25th Remembrance Concert for Ras Shorty, also known as Lord Shorty, the inventor of soca music, my grandfather. It's an absolute celebration.
We're doing something special. So this is the 25th year of the passing of the late great Ras Shorty. We're celebrating the life of soca music, the life of Jammu, something that came to Trinidad and Tobago through a channel of one man, through a channel of the family.
On the 18th of October, the 25th Remembrance celebration on the Blackman Ranch. We want to see everybody there.
In Piparo from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's going to be food, music, fun. Make sure and come out.
Well, the play park is alive with energy here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium as second half action gets set to resume. Well, the score on your screen tells the picture, but not the full picture. Goalless between Fatima College and St. Bennedicts. Half that has flattered to deceive, but has failed to deliver. James Saunders is my name, alongside Sachin Ramsubag, as the coaches, players, and referees reset and get back into position. We looked at the first half, Sachin. It's a first half, not that many chances, but you felt that Fatima always looked a bit more threatening going forward. What was your assessment of the first half?
Yeah, I thought Fatima looked a bit more composed. They looked like the team that was well gelled as well. Lots of new players coming into both teams. Of course, as we all know, this is not a club setup, this is the school, so some players would have graduated in the last academic year. New players coming into the setup as well. Under 16 players being promoted to this senior team level. So teams need to gel and gel very quickly. But I think Fatima, to answer your question, they really look like the team that is standing out so far in this encounter. St. Benedicts, they look quite decent in the first 15 minutes for their defense. But Fatima seems to have cracked that defensive code in the last 20 minutes of the game, of the first half rather, and they created several chances that had the goalkeeper thinking twice.
Well, second half action on the way. Just one identifiable change so far, and of course that came in the first half, with Neckles replacing Gosine. Apart from that, it has pretty much remained unchanged. And, well, in terms of the action, it's pretty much unchanged as well as Fatima. Start with the early possession. Oh, that's a heavy tackle from Neckles, the substitute. Not the first time he's gone down in this match. And, well, looks like he might take a while to get up this time again. Does seem to have some sort of hand injury. And, well, an injury to his foot could put him in danger as well.
It's not a sight that you want to see early in the season. This is the first real encounter, and getting an injury as early as this could be a bit problematic.
Especially when he came on as a substitute.
Yeah, you don't want to be substituted out again. That basically defeats the entire purpose. But he's smiling. He's not really grimacing in pain whatsoever. Maybe a bit of a cramp in the calf area. While that is happening, Fatima and the St. Benedict's players, they are continuously marking each other. Shows the intensity of this clash.
Well, Gittins, he's got big shoes to fill, the young man. Facing the likes of Michael Shea, who's one of the top talent. And Caden Chestriel shoulder the bulk of scoring responsibility for Fatima. Edwards. Hadid. And well defended in the end by Batiste, and it will be a goal kick.
The big body of Che Batiste coming in, and that's what you want to see from a defensive motion. Get that big body in, get some momentum moving away from your striker that you're marking. That's good defending from St. Benedict, so you want to see more of that from a St. Benedict's perspective. But from Fatima's side of things, they would want to continue to motor on and press on and pressure the Benedict's backline. Charles, the goalkeeper for St. Benedict's, Naftali Charles, he's been a real risk taker so far, and that last goal kick has not been a good one at all.
And Fatima continuing to boss possession. And it's won by Neckles, who seems to be all right. Take their time to build up. St. Benedict's not really being pressured very high up the field. Well, scratch that as Fatima and company press forward.
James, I know you were a goalkeeper. Were you that type of risk-taking goalkeeper?
Can I confirm or deny? Heavy on the deny. The reality might have been different from what I'm denying, but I'm not sure that coaches enjoy that sort of stuff.
You don't seem to be that of a risk-taking goalkeeper, though. Or of the subdued type.
Well, some might say crazy. Well, that will be a goal kick. Stout. Lewis did get St. Benedict's best chance of the first half from a corner, and well, there's a man down. Duncan has gone down. And not for the first time we've seen a St. Benedict player in the second half requiring attention. And we're just over 4 minutes in.
Yeah, surely some cramp setting in. They're getting that ice pack rubbed into the big muscles, the hamstrings and the quadriceps as well. That seems to be the modus operandi of the physiotherapist. Just need to get that ice in very, very quickly. Get the blood flowing back to where it should be. Get that cramp out of there.
Certainly wouldn't want to see Jaden Duncan leave the field. It's been a solid presence in defense for them so far in this match. Just a bit of cramp, so St. Benedict's forced to motor on with 10 players at the moment. Did well to get there first, but it's back with Neckles. Well, look at this from Neckles. Just short of its intended target, but he did have the right idea. Rowe. Jackson. Alaha. Oh, certainly advanced the ball a long way from Kansas. Support arriving. Needs a good cross. Did get a good cross. Didn't find a willing recipient to get on the end of it. And well, using some of his dark arts, and it will get him in Natalia Williams' naughty book.
previous cross was a dangerous one. Lots of bodies, lots of yellow bodies in there, but no one made contact with it whatsoever. Always continuing to threat here, Fatima, as they look to push on and get their name on the score sheet.
Oh, Stout couldn't control that one. And Gittins will try to get in on it. Well, this time Stout pokes it back towards his own goal, and needed to scramble to get that one clear. Lewis. And another player, well, in fact, it's a man who went down the last time, Duncan, Jaden Duncan. It's gone down yet again. Troubling signs for the St. Benedict's college bench, as it's not the first time that he's gone down nursing some cramp, and Natalia Williams is urging some medical support as soon as possible.
Yeah, really, he really is struggling here with the cramp. Those big muscles after playing a full 45 minutes and even a 10-minute rest in between with some recovery salts, some ice, some cool water as well in between. Even that could not help this Benedict's player to recover from that cramp quite quickly. And James, it only happens, lots of perspiration out there, so lots of that natural salts being lost to the perspiration. Certainly he's in a lot of pain. The cramps, as you would know, James, you're a sportsman, you still play the game. It's not the nicest of things to deal with.
Yeah, it's
especially in front of a big crowd.
Still early in the season as well. Teams are perhaps not as physically prepared. Some teams, of course, particularly in the school level, do start their programs later than others. And, well, there's a casualty of it. They'll continue to beat their drums, though. Calling goals from their team, the Fatima College rhythm section. And, well, as Duncan goes off, St. Benedict's will continue with 10, as another change will be lined up. Oh, anywhere will do. Gets it out of trouble, but it's Neckles. And he's a nifty little character, Neckles. Very diminutive, but he does move well in possession. And Huggins couldn't keep that alive. So Fatima College will try to counter-attack of their own. Oh, much better from Huggins. Couldn't connect the dots. And Barnett. It's rare that you've heard his name this afternoon, Barnett, the Fatima College goalkeeper. He's been a spectator for much of this match. Well, they're still playing with 10 at the moment in Benedict. Away by Charles. And, well, struggling to get away from the yellow shirts. Charles will take charge. Well, certainly high pressure from Fatima. And St. Benedict College really struggling to get out of pressure. And they've won it in a dangerous area. Well, the crowd urging him to shoot. Couldn't find the angle, maybe now. And, well, assigned to the night sky. And anticlimactic, to say the least, from Louison. And finally, Malik Charles will have his day in as he replaces Duncan.
Yeah, a bit too late there from Louison, but the first touch should have been crossed across immediately. 6 yellow t-shirts was in the box. And you need to get that cross in, and hopefully somebody would have gotten ahead and threatened the goalkeeper, who was just looking at the ball, and mere bystanders had passed over the crossbar. So a chance would have been created there, chance created, but not executed. And that's what you want. You want to execute when you have an opportunity like that. And Fatima, they've been creating lots of chances, but they're not managing to execute.
Still goalless as we approach the hour mark in this match. Well, it's done pretty well. He's lined up a shot there. Gittins running into traffic. Searching for Hadid. Well, lost his footing for a second. Batiste recovered well to clear the danger. This match ends goalless. We'll have a penalty shootout. Fatima will hope to change those odds though, as they get set to line up another sub. And it will be Gittins, the striker, that will come out. And in will come Jedediah King. So still searching for the man who will lead the line this season. No goals from Gittins in the opening few minutes. King will have his day in the sun. Of course, no Michael Sheaves and Keaton Chestriel this season. So they certainly would be looking for a new talisman. The likes of Bailey to step in. Bailey, of course, isn't with the team this afternoon, nursing an injury.
And one of the late goal scorers from last year as well, Kate Collier. Certainly one of the players that would have been left out or graduated as per usual.
Well, he's won a foul in a dangerous area, and it's the first card of the match from Natalia Williams. Just missed who that card would have gone to, but certainly put Neckles in a spot of bother. Well, Neckles is the man standing next to the player who's gone down. Lost Duncan just a few moments earlier, and well, they'd be hard pressed to lose another player.
A dangerous tackle from Jackman that floored the St. Benedict's player, earned him a yellow card as well. Certainly grimacing in pain. But this is a free kick in a very dangerous position. A threatening ball here could be the opener for Bennedicts.
Oh, might be able to carve open their best chance so far of the match. Haven't created many, and they've got Neckles standing over this one. He'd like to have a look. Natalia Williams, no nonsense type referee. Barnett hasn't been tested much today. Well, needed to be on target to trouble him. Just drifted wide in the end.
Well, he had to get over the Great Wall of Fatima. It was a difficult chance, a powerful shot, but very wide of the upright. Certainly looking for the first brace, but unable to capitalize on that opportunity. Fatima now on the counter.
So it will be Fatima's turn to have a free kick, this time from a wide area. We'll have seen Jelani Scott's field attempt on the opposite end. Maybe they can do more. It's the captain. Take matters into his own hand, Fernandes. Oh, he's handed that responsibility over to a man who's certainly full of confidence at the moment. No, he looks ready. Charles. It's Hadid whips it in. And, well, they'll have to take two from the corner. What happens next? Who comes in next? Lots of decisions from that vantage point. Well, if anybody can stir the pot, certainly Seth Hadid has to be among them. And again, stout gets in the way. Hadid will have another look. Body still in the area. Leung couldn't make his man disappear. Might have another opportunity this time, Edwards. And they will send it back to the sender. Restart another attack. Well, space opening up here. Certainly had a look. Didn't have the finish. Signs of desperation perhaps opening up for Fatima. There's a Rahu shot. Goes high. And, oh, there's a player that has gone low. Just out of your picture. And it's Rowe who will have his turn to receive treatment. Not for the first time today. A bit of cramp stepping in. Seen St. Benedict's College already lose a player, Duncan. And now Fatima's turn.
Yeah, you would expect this in the first few matches. The game fitness is something that's totally different from being prepared off the field and pre-season. You need to have that match readiness, that match practice is the only way you're going to get match fit. St. Benedict's certainly breaking down in terms of getting fatigued between the two teams, and now we see Fatima experiencing some level of fatigue as well. And the substitutions, we can expect them to be reeling in from now till the next 20-25 minutes, coming down to the 90.
Well, the man who had the last shot, Araho, will be replaced. And Jeremiah Nanton will be his replacement. So Fatima with another change. Nanton joining King as the two substitutes used so far. Well, look at this. That's good hands of the goalkeeper. He knew what he was doing. And again, it's that man said, Hadid. Oh, excitement bubbling on the opposite end. Well defended in the end by Fatima. Not a bad save though from Charles.
Yeah, Charles is a busy man tonight. He's been juggling the ball, enticing the players when they come close to him. But on that occasion, had to put in a save, and he did so quite successfully. Earlier in the first half, he had a similar one where he opted to grab the ball rather than push it over the bar. But on this occasion, the shot from distance really tested him. It was a really powerful shot that ricocheted off his player as well. So it could have gone anywhere. But an excellent save in the end. Simple one. He made it look simple. But it could have been the first one for Fatima. Well, now playing on the counter.
Oh, the gingerbread man runs come to an end. Well, dust off his shorts and be happy with a throw. Run as fast as you can. Well, the tackle can catch you, but certainly Stout can. An hour, 5 minutes gone so far. Still no goals between these powerhouses in secondary school football. The last time St. Benedict's College were league champions. We'll have to go all the way back to 2022 when one Tariq Lee scored a hat-trick. St. Benedict's College, of course, initially regained the secondary school title last season before their 12-point deduction for an illegal use of a player, Darrell Garcia. Well, it relegated them to being runners-up. More changes perhaps contemplated by that man, Keith Williams.
Yes, certainly would have to bring in some more substitutions in the very near future. The St. Benedict's players, they seem to be winded, they seem to be a bit fatigued, and certainly outrun and outplayed as well by Fatima. Small chance here created, but of course Charles, he's the risky man. Not too much damage done nonetheless.
Oh, 3 changes on the cards for St. Benedict's. Oh, they'll have to wait though. Just ran into some traffic there, King. Well, almost snuck in as well. And eyes on Natalia Williams, who signals that it will be a corner. Kimani Aberdeen and company waiting to come in, while the captain Fernandes has gone down with cramp. So Aberdeen among those waiting to come in. So to Gabriel Alexis. And the other man, Andel Gabriel. So 2 Gabriels and an Aberdeen waiting to come in. And, well, Captain Fernandes will be hoping not to go out. So the first man out will be the defender Jackman. So fresh legs been brought in defense. Well, in fact, Stout is the one coming out, and so too that man, Medford. So Stout, Medford, and I'll tell you in a second who the other player coming out is. Stout certainly has been one of the busiest players for St. Benedict's. A right back. And, well, there's your answer. Good shift from that man, Stout. Oh, here's a man who certainly put in a shift. Perhaps better than most, Seth Hadid, waiting patiently to swing this one in. Well, the goalkeeper can't hold on. And the striker couldn't put it in. Well, meantime, Charles will thank his lucky stars as he receives some treatment himself.
That was an excellent swinging kick from Hadid that threatened everyone in the front of the goal. Charles did well, and of course the defense did well as well. Coming off the body of King as well. Charles is floored, he's on the ground, he hasn't stood up since that last play. And he's waiting for some treatment, just some ice getting on the shoulders.
Apart from the theatrics we've seen from Charles, hasn't really looked that convincing from cross balls though. It's another one that just evades him. Well, certainly be happy. Didn't see that one. So, well, look at this. And this time he holds on. There we go. Who said he wasn't ready? Oh, off the ball incident, not spotted by the referee. Oh, certainly pinning the dots. And they will settle for a throw. Rowe. Well, he muscled his way through. Rowe will have to help to keep possession yet again for Fatima. Lost it to Webb. Loses it. Till the Young. Oh, look at that. Silky feet. Needs more though. Needs a good shot. Well, that was as good as it got. Missed the target though.
Not a bad effort in the end from Jeremiah Nanton. Looking for the bottom corner of the goal. Certainly threatening the goalkeeper somewhat. Just about a foot away from the upright. Resulting in a corner nonetheless, ricocheting off the defender's foot.
They'll have another opportunity to swing one in at that man. And this time couldn't get past the front door. Well, it's kept alive here. Edwards' pass though couldn't beat the St. Benedict's rear guard. And they will settle for another throw. You can just sense a bit of urgency creeping into the game for Fatima College. Well, the drums haven't stopped beating, and well, he hasn't stopped complaining. He wants to see more from his team.
Certainly setting the high standard from the onset. Setting the precedence from the first match, moving into a very long season ahead. That's what you want. You want to set the tone from the first game. Basically gives you momentum moving into the other matches to come. There would not be in action tomorrow, Saturday. There will be in action in round 2. They have a rest day tomorrow, rest and recuperate. Both teams certainly need it. They will be in action on Wednesday, match day 2 of the league.
I'll talk about being a spectator. Barnett, we just saw in your picture. Oh, those guys in white, though, they've been quite busy. Been on speed dial in the last few minutes of this match. The number of players that have gone down. Just wonder what their pre-season preparation was like. Oh, there's a full house. Wonder who they're out to support. Of course, Fatima College, just a stone's throw away from the Hazy Crawford Stadium where we're broadcasting from. Walking distance, really.
A decent crowd for the first one. Of course, this has become a real Celtic clash now, James. Fatima and St. Benedict's brewing from 2021-2022. That season, that really started this rivalry of north-south battles. When you hear St. Benedict's, you think maybe rivals, Naparima College or Presentation San Fernando, but now this is a fresh rivalry that started just about three or 4 years ago.
Well, there's a new man in. As Harland Samuel. He comes in. Well, couldn't find the space to make a pass. Settle for a throw. Just managing to stay on side, the substitute, and Samuels has won a corner.
They're trying to create lots of spaces in a defense that is sort of breaking up here for St. Benedict's. They're just trying to hold on for the remaining minutes. And while holding on, they're managing to allow Fatima into their spaces that they've broken down.
Well, it's not the best corner that he's ever produced. And the boys in yellow will be happy to keep possession. Just a bit of tired legs you can see creeping in as he passes. Well, the flag. Looking at the assistant as the player thought of running in behind. Oh, Neckles with the audacious pass attempt. Oh, look at that. certainly lit up the crowd, the old Hatters. And maybe a doorway opening for the boys from South. Certainly need more than some fancy feet to get past the defense. As Fatima in on the other end. It's a man down, but play continues. Well, and well, abruptly stopped by the MMA style defending.
Well, for a moment I thought I was looking at some American football.
Gets a yellow card for his trouble.
Certainly a big push there from what would have been a centre-back. But yellow card in play as well on the receiving end.
Oh, how about that though? A conference. Who takes this one? We've got King. They've got Hadid waiting as well. And, well, he's waiting for a different remedy, maybe some treatment.
Che Baptiste receiving the yellow card from St. Benedicts. A big huff and a puff and a push and a tussle and a toggle in between there. But nonetheless, Fatima looking forward into the seconds into the future. Certainly will be creating another chance. Just about 10 yards outside of the box. So dangerous position for a free kick. And they will be looking to capitalize. They've been on point so far with majority of their kicks. And they will be looking to capitalize on this one and get the opener late into the second half.
Another change for Fatima College. Xavier Barrow, the new man coming in. And it might be the substitute who will have a go at this one. It's a tight angle. So Rowe losing his battle with cramp. And this one swung in. Well, the goalkeeper got there first. And what a touch that proved to be. Certainly appeared to be the opener. But Mercy said no, it will be a corner.
Fatima always lurking around and attempting to create chances. And now they're going to take another quick corner. But have a look at this. What a shot that was. The goalkeeper had to go full stretch yet again. On target, on point, on spot.
Well, this time knocking at the back door. And just missing this one. So 2 chances in quick succession for Fatima College. Oh, that replay was going on. We swung one in at the back door. And we're almost home again. Still remains goalless as we approach the final 10 minutes.
St. Benedict's holding on for dear life. That was the corner. Another in-swinging one. Almost threatening the goalkeeper yet again. He's all smiles though. He's as cool as a cucumber. But I'll tell you what, he is a risk taker and will be branded as the risk-taking goalkeeper moving forward this year. But St. Benedict's College, they're really holding on by a thread here. Very dangerous free kicks, dangerous corners taken. And Fatima, their strikers, they're really pressing on and building pressure. And the pressure is really mounting. This second half has really been played in St. Benedict's half.
Well, that's a good tackle. And maybe a window for Benedict's. It's Webb. Well, he's beaten his man, looking for room. Well, needed a better pass from Webb. And Fatima College on the opposite end. Well, see Charles a long way off his line. And effective in the end. Oh, if anybody's enjoyed this game, he certainly has.
No risk, no reward, James, and he's certainly been the risk taker in this encounter and has been rewarded as well. Not one goal has been scored against him. He's been diving and jumping and saving and also exiting his safe zone, his box. But to much success to him as well, so credit given to Charles.
Well, the substitutes certainly have brought some life to this game. But Fatima, tried to be too cheeky. In the end, missed the assignment, Jemai Nanton. And St. Benedict's College again will have another look forward. Webb. Oh, I'll tell you what though, just to the right outside of your picture, another player has gone down. That's why the ball has been stopped. And it's it's a substitute. The third time he's gone down, Neckles, since coming on as a substitute.
James, this is the official start to the season, but it's the unofficial start to the league as well. The league really begins tomorrow. So I think the coaches and the physiotherapists, the trainers, they have a good platform to see which areas needs to be improved. Certainly from our vantage point and what we've witnessed so far this evening, fitness levels needs to be worked on. Hydration salts, all these things needs to be employed for the players, because the heat that we've experienced today, this afternoon, especially from the first game with the ladies encounter, it has been something that's out of this world. So, number one improvement that we've seen from our vantage point here, fitness levels needs to be improved. And I'm sure if we talk to the coaches, they would agree with us.
It's always a bit concerning to see so many players going down for fitness-related issues. And it always brings you back to wondering how the preparation was like. Well, certainly trying to prepare to mount a goal-scoring chance here, Fatima. It's Edwards. Well, look at this. Hadid! Whoa, that is a super touch from a Superman. He's certainly kept them alive, and he's brought the fans alive.
Hadid with the delicate touch. And that man in your screen wearing the orange t-shirt, the orange full kit, Charles with the big save as well. Take a look at this. Holding his composure, Hadid, chipping it over, almost into the crossbar, and getting the opener. That would have been a spectacular goal for Fatima.
Wow, look at that. Through everybody. And again, Fatima threatening from another dead ball. But how many times have we seen some top saves to keep St. Benedict's alive from that man?
The skipper Charles leading from the front with his cool demeanor, his relaxed ambience that he's created in his goal. He is a risk taker, but he's also been rewarded. Not a single goal to the back of the net. But St. Benedict's gaining possession and then moments later losing the possession. Again, James, fitness levels coming into play.
No, got a bit lucky. Fatima College could be luckier. That's well defended. 5.5 remaining. Regulation time, still no goals. Of course, this Super Cup, it's a cup between the Intercol champions and the league champions. If we continue without goals, we'll have penalty kicks to decide a winner. Of course, prior to this match, you saw Pleasantville girls get revenge against St. Joseph Convent as they won 2-1 in their earlier fixture. You might remember last season, the contest was separated by penalty kicks. Is there more drama for the boys in yellow? A bit too heavy and a bit too high.
He's a real standout tonight, Hadid. That occasion, not too much threats whatsoever, but still getting some heads in. That was earlier today. Just a few moments ago, the real threat in the second half. But the big claw of the goalkeeper getting in between the goal and the ball preventing what would have been a brilliant opener and probably a different atmosphere for St. Benedicts.
Oh, the clock ticking down. Penalty kick seems inevitable at this stage, unless somebody somewhere is able to snatch a winner. Well, I'd bet on him as a candidate. They want it long in the area. Not accurate, but maybe now. Or maybe not. Good stop in the end again from that man, Nafatali Charles.
Makes another impact on the game, Lee Young. Matthew Lee Young. First creating passes, creating crosses, and now shot on goal. So he's done it all tonight for his team, Fatima. And they want to create more opportunities here, both teams, St. Benedicts and Fatima. But Benedicts, on the other hand, they've been unable to get close to the goal. The goalkeeper has been relaxing. He's been breezing for the last 30 minutes or so.
Now, it's certainly been a match. Sure, you can see the statistics. Might show heavily dominated from a possession standpoint from Fatima College. Perhaps why Coach Keith Williams is so animated at the moment. But in the end, goals win matches. Haven't been able to find any, not on that effort. And as it stands, the Benedicts will feel that they have a chance as good as any if it goes to penalty kicks. Oh, we're going to roll the dice. And a chance opening up. A chance not taken. That was the moment you felt. And King, wearing the captain's armband, well, he couldn't pin the donkey still.
We thought if King had just held the ball for a split second, had a look around to see which angle he could have approached it, but just immediately from point blank range, just turned and had a shot, attempting to create yet another opportunity, but unsuccessful in that shot. But if he had just hold things off a little bit in hindsight, looking at it, just hold off a split second, maybe that shot could have been much better directed. But Fatima, they're really looking to press on here, and any chance they get, they want to take advantage of it.
Well, a penny for your thoughts, sir. Just saw his team let off the hook for an errant shot. And you can't help but feel that that was the moment for Fatima. So 30 seconds of regulation time left. And according to my information, there will be 3 added minutes. So still enough time, maybe for the boys in green, to show that they deserve to be this far along in this contest. Or maybe for these yellow fellows to find a winner. Lee Young. In fact, Haddad. Confirmation of the 3 minutes. Seth Haddad. He's been one of the men of the match so far. And a Kung Fu style challenge will abort his attempted dribble, and he will get a free kick for it.
And it's going to be that man again, Seth Hadid, who is looking to manufacture something from this set play. He's been excellent with the corners, the in-swinging ones from that wing, and now he's looking to take advantage of this. 8 yellow t-shirts in the box.
Can they find a way through? Well, not through that man, Charles. Some nervous oohs and ahs around the ground as he held on. Well, Lions thought about roaring for a moment. Danger just averted. Sandel Gabriel was on a solo mission. Fatima College sending numbers forward. Of course, they are a school with a rich pedigree, football, producing the likes of Gally Cummings, one of the icons here in Trinidad and Tobago. Brian Lara here. Enjoy cricket. Atto Bolden. Athletics, and of course my good friend and co-commentator Colin Murray, although I'm not sure in what categorization we can put him.
I think he's good for talking, James.
Well, certainly he's excellent at that. Was a former national youth captain, so can give him some credit in that regard. And tell you what, another man is down, and it's Leon. And more changes for St. Benedict's College, and is that a goalkeeping change I'm seeing? So with an eye on the penalty shootout, Barnett is being called off. And in fact, my apologies, Barnett is coming on. And Eden Brong will be going out. So they're certainly preparing for eventual penalties as Leong grimaces in pain.
It's certainly a bit of a tactical move here from the Fatima technical staff, looking to bring on that goalkeeper, and the whistle has been sounded. That brings an end to this match, the regulation time. And we'll now move to a penalty shootout to see who will be the winners of this one.
So penalties will decide who will be the champions of the Super Cup. Fatima College, for all of their possession, haven't been able to find a way past Charles. And St. Benedict's College, well, they will feel their chances as good as any, as it's the roll of the dice that will decide who will be the winner. St. Benedict's College, of course, the defending Super Cup champions last season.
This is Sport Court Radio 1011 FM. Okay. Your pump machine. Believe that.
Is there?
This is Sport Court Radio 1011.
Hey, Scotch.
1011. The only one.
Scotch dog.
This is Sport.
Well, let's look back at some of the highlights over the 90 minutes. And it started with Fatima College creating the early chances. Of course, St. Benedict's did have a couple looks themselves, particularly from the free kick. That time, just dragged wide. And then later, Fatima, this man really got into the act. Seth Haddad, and this time Charles Eldon. Seth Hadid will certainly be heavy in the highlights. His corner, creating all sorts of problems. And King, perhaps ruining not getting on the end. Speaking of King, certainly forced a fine save from that man in goal. Charles will be a recurring decimal, as will this man Hadid, whose cross created chance after chance for Fatima. And how about this from Hadid? Chance of the match. But Charles certainly was his equal in the night. What more can he do? Well, certainly Must have been asking himself that. Well, this is what he did. But too straight. Not wide enough to get past Lee Young this time. And with the clock winding down, well, Charles proved a bit too much for Fatima College, as at the end of 90 minutes, penalty shootout will decide who will advance. So divine inspiration, perhaps the hope for the Laramie Lions, winners of this competition last season. And for King and Company, well, they would be hoping that all their good work does not come to waste.
Well, Charles has been the savior for St. Benedict's this evening. Will he continue to be that savior, that glimmer of hope in a dwindling St. Benedict's outfit this evening? Only time will tell.
So Natalia Williams has been quite steady in this match, quite solid. And she will bring the captains together. Of course, Barnett being brought in for Fatima. Well, Nafatali Charles, who's been outstanding in this match, will hope to keep St. Benedict's alive. But you can just imagine the type of nerves going on there at the moment, Sachin.
Yeah, tons of nerves. I never liked the penalty shootout. Just like in cricket, I never liked the super over. It's really do or die here. And it's almost like a lottery system here, James, with the penalty shootout. You can be a great goalkeeper. You can be a fantastic saver like Charles this evening, who did all the hard work for his team. But it's really down to luck.
Jedediah King will be first up against Charles. 1-0. As cool as you'd like. Veins of ice. Jedediah Charles, and the captain leads by example.
It's a good solid start for Fatima. Nice low kick, powerful drive as well into the back of the net. No mistake there whatsoever, perfect execution. It's now up to St. Benedict's. Can they get themselves on the scoreline for the first time tonight? Can they make it 1-1?
Jelani Scott had an earlier chance from a free kick. This time from a closer range. His job, keep St. Benedict's alive. And he does. Well, no nerves on display from Jelani Scott. As he says, I can do this every single day. And that is 1-1.
As cool as you like. Barnett moving into the wrong direction as well. 1-1. Ended as a stalemate in the regulation time, but it's now even yet again. It's now in the hands of another Fatima player.
Well, Daquan Jackman's job today was to help defend his team's lead. He's got another job at the moment. Try to give them the advantage. That man in goal has been brilliant. He's denied them for much of this contest. Can Jackman find a way past him? Well, he got a hand hit, but he couldn't keep it out. A bit unfortunate for Charles, but Jackman knows that he's done his job, and it's 2-1.
You really feel for Charles. He went into the right direction. He picked his spot properly early, but a powerful shot from Jackman really drilled the back of the net, and Charles really had no chance.
Andel Gabriel. Short run up. And the loud cheer adds to his despair. He certainly missed his chance. And Fatima will be relishing the opportunity as they lead 2-1.
You really need to have nerves of steel when you're in this moment in front of 1,000+ persons here. Not a confident looking kick whatsoever. Looking to go wide of the goalkeeper, but too wide on that occasion.
Well, if anybody has been dependable tonight, Said Hadid has certainly been the most dependable. Can he complete the incredible task he's had today? 3-1 Fatima College. And this man has certainly led by example, and he's certainly led with excellence.
If Fatima were to move on and win this game tonight, the player of the match has to be Hadid. Take a look at that. Simple shimmy to the left, deviating away from the goalkeeper, outfoxing him completely. Charles had no chance whatsoever, going into the wrong direction, and a gentle float into the back of the net.
So new kicker for St. Benedict's College is Salim Sones, the defender. Just needs to score to keep them alive. And he's done it. A bit of a exuberance from him. Kept everybody waiting. But he's made it 3-2. And the Laramie Lions will still feel they're within touching range.
A bit of a shimmy, hop, skip, and a chip from the kicker. Certainly outfoxing the goalkeeper, Barnett. Usually, James, some of these kickers would have gone all hell for leather, straight on bullet into the back of the net. But now we're seeing some gamesmanship on display as well.
Oh, here's another top performer, Antoine Louison. He can increase the distance yet again for Fatima if he can hit the target. And he does. They've been perfect. He's been perfect. And that is 4-2.
Yeah, no mistake whatsoever with this one. No hops, no skips, no jumps, no fake left or right. Just pure class and drill down the ground. This is regulation from Fatima College. And of course, the celebrations to follow. Much deserved celebrations as well. The coaching staff, the teams, their fans, they will be extremely happy with that one.
So St. Benedict's need to score. Che Batiste, a miss would put them out. Can he keep them alive? He hasn't. Fatima College are champions. They led with possession, and they were perfect from the spot. A perfect end to a perfect match for the boys from Ukarapo. Came down to this moment from Che Batiste, but the crossbar had the final say. No sneaky looks. And Fatima College will celebrate long into the night. They win via penalty shootout. His first mission completed the season.
What a night has been for Fatima. Dominated with ball on the field, and then went on to the penalty shootout and executed a perfect penalty shootout as well. Their shots were on target, they were calculated, they were also tactical. They looked like a team that practiced a penalty shootout before. So certainly they were very much on target. St. Benedict's, in contrast, they looked a bit down and out in the last 20 to 25 minutes. Because of their fitness levels, they seem to be a bit fatigued, but take nothing away. It was a wonderful game of football for the fans on display here this evening. Some of them came out early from 3:30 p.m. for the girls' match, and they've stayed on well past 7 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time, and I know for a fact that you have stayed on as well with us on this broadcast. But what a match, what a finish, nail-biting encounter, a cardiac-arresting one.
Well, we certainly got lots of exciting matchups as the official league competition begins tomorrow right here. And we will be broadcasting live from St. Mary's College as they take on Queen's Royal College. That match kicks off at 3:30 p.m. And of course, just like you did today, you can tune in and catch all of the action. So Fatima College in the opener, a firecracker of a match, no goals in regulation time, but they held their nerve and they won via penalty kicks, and they are champions. On behalf of the entire team here at Scores TV, Sachin Ramsubag, James Saunders, Colin Murray, and Brent Sancho. We say we certainly had a pleasure bringing all of the action to you, and see you tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Have a good night.
This is Scorch Radio 1011 FM. Okay. Your pump machine. Believe that.
Is there?
This is Scorch Radio 1011.
Hey, Scotch.
1011. The only one.
Scotch dog.
5 o'clock in the morning. Dial lock in the morning.
Hey, this is your girl Nyla Blackman, and you're watching Scotch TV.
So bad. Like fire.
Yeah. Miss Blackman.
Hi guys, it's your girl Nyla Blackman. I'm inviting you guys to come down and celebrate with the 25th Remembrance Concert for Ras Shorty, also known as Lord Shorty, the inventor of soca music, my grandfather. It's an absolute celebration.
We're doing something special. So this is the 25th year of the passing of the late great Ras Shorty. We're celebrating the life of soca music, the life of Jamu, something that came to Trinidad and Tobago through a channel of one man, through a channel of the family.
On the 18th of October, the 25th Remembrance celebration on the Blackman Ranch. We want to see everybody there.
In Piparo from 12 p.m. to 11